morning comes from the book of Psalms. So if you would turn to Psalm chapter 51. Psalm chapter 51. Which I said during our time of worship, this Psalm, Psalm 51, pairs very well with Psalm 50, which you'll find out in a minute. Psalm 50 is a court scene where God is bringing judgment. Psalm 51 is a response to God passing judgment on people, or actually Him charging them with being guilty. Not yet have passing judgment, but have called them guilty, and 51 is a response to that. So listen to the psalmist, what he writes in Psalm 51. Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love, according to your great compassion. Blot out my transgressions. Wash away all my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin. For I know my transgressions, and my sin is always before me. Against you, you only have I sinned, and done what is evil in your sight, so that you are proved right when you speak, and justified when you judge. Surely I was sinful at birth, sinful from the time my mother conceived me. Surely you desire truth in the inner parts. You teach me wisdom in the inmost place. Cleanse me with hyssop, and I will be clean. Wash me, and I will be whiter than snow. Let me hear joy and gladness. Let the bones you have crushed rejoice. Hide your face from my sins, and blot out all my iniquity. Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me from your presence, or take your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and grant me a willing spirit to sustain me. Then I will teach transgressors your ways, and sinners will turn back to you. Save me from blood guilt, O God, the God who saves me, and my tongue will sing of your righteousness. O Lord, open my lips, and my mouth will declare your praise. You do not delight in sacrifice, or I would bring it. You do not take pleasure in burnt offerings. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O God, you will not despise. In your good pleasure, make Zion prosper. Build up the walls of Jerusalem. Then there will be righteous sacrifices, whole burnt offerings to delight you. Dead bulls will be offered on your altar. Come with me to a courtroom, if you would. You come in, you're seated in the defendant's chair. As you sit there waiting, you notice witnesses walking in. These witnesses are heavens and the earth. And they come in testifying about the rightness of God, the righteousness of God, that what God says is right, that the judgments He's passed are justified. He is the one who makes them right. All of heaven and all creation is testifying to how right God is. And you're asked to stand. And as you stand, God, the judge Himself, enters into the place of judgment. And you sit down. And He begins to tell you what charges He has against you. The charges go something like this. Yes, you've been coming to church and you've been offering sacrifices to me. You come and you bring your money and you put it in an offering plate. Yes, you come and you sacrifice your time to come and be with other believers. Yes, you come and you dedicate your time to being a leader of this church. Yes, you come and you teach others. You come and lead ministries. You come and you do this and you do that, but I don't want any of it. Because you know what? I own it all anyway. The money in your pocket belongs to me. Time itself, I stand outside of time. Time begins at my left hand and time ends at my right hand. I stand outside of time. It all belongs to me. So what you bring means nothing to me. You see, you who are righteous have nothing to fear. But you who are not righteous have much to fear. And even though you think you are righteous because you bring the money, and even though you think you're righteous because you bring time to this church, you are not righteous. You are wicked. Why, you ask? Because you've taken my law, and yes, you spoke it on your lips. Yes, you're taking my law, and you've made a promise and covenant with me. You say it's right to take my law onto your lips and make a covenant with me. However, you are wrong. You are guilty. Why are you wrong? Because you come and you hear my laws, and you hear my covenant, and you teach my covenant, but when you leave the very place you hear it, you have not changed. What do? Instead of having on your mouth words that lift up and encourage, you use words and speak badly about your brothers and sisters. You go out there and you cast your lot with those who steal from me, steal from my time, and steal from my resources. You forget the very words and turn to your own ways of wickedness. As soon as you leave the very place, you have received my word. You are guilty. You deceive others with your words. You slander others with your word. So I'm telling you right now, you are guilty. You need to take heed. You have forgot what I have taught you as soon as you left my house. You don't love my instructions. You hate my instructions. And if you don't listen to me, I am going to tear you to pieces. Only him or her who comes back to me with the proper sacrifices, who are willing to open up their hearts and their minds to receive my word and live by it, that is the one I will show my salvation. Now I ask you, you who sits there in the defendant chair, I have brought these charges against you. How do you plead? Church, that is where Psalm 50 ends. Psalm 51 begins with a person responding to these charges. And dare I say, during this time of Lent, we can find ourselves being guilty in Psalm 50. The message to you today is, will we appropriately respond to Psalm 50 as it convicts us of our unrighteousness and what we have done, and respond in the same way the psalmist does in Psalm 51 to these charges that God himself has brought against us? The psalmist responds, yes, I am guilty. I have sinned. Only against you, God, have I sinned. Yes, I've come into your house, Lord. I'll admit that. Yes, I have come bringing my sacrifices. I've brought my time to serve you. Yes, I've brought my money and given it to you. And yes, I've taken all my resources and given it to the church. I have served as a pastor, God. I have served as a deacon. I have served as a Sunday school teacher. I have served as a group leader. I have served as a ministry director. I have served as an usher. However, I have to agree with you, God, what you have said. What I have learned from the teachers, what I have learned from the preachers, what I have learned from other leaders, what I have learned from reading your word, I have to admit, God, I have not put it into practice in my own life. I have to admit that, God. I have sinned. Yes, I have heard your teachings. Yes, I have gathered that knowledge in my head, but it has never made its way into my heart. It gets here and stops. It does not change me. I come into the church and receive your word and instructions, Lord, and I go out, never change. I act one way when I go out there, and I come in here and receive your word, and I go back out, not change. I act the same way I was before I ever entered your house. Yes, God, I have sinned. My actions have not changed. My attitudes have not changed. And Lord, I know, because I haven't changed. And Lord, because I know I haven't transformed, I also negatively affect other people. I hurt the testimony of your church because I'm supposed to represent you out there, but I don't. I live just like those people. Lord, because I go out there and only care for myself, I don't build relationships with those who live around me. And Lord, I don't impact my friends with the love you've shown me. But God, I got to confess one thing to you. I have been this way since I was born. This nature inside of me that doesn't heed your law or heed your instructions, I have been that way since the day I was conceived in my mother's womb. I'm a simple person. I want to do things my own way. I don't want to listen to other people. And my sin is always before me. I'm always reminded how I'm you. I'm always aware how it affects other people. God, you, for a merciful and loving judge, you are right. I am wrong. I have sinned. You have judged rightly. You see, Lord, I'm a wild Mustang living out in the desert. I only care for myself. I only wander in this dusty, dark, dry, life-sapping desert of sin, only caring for myself. So God, you as the one who judges rightly, I throw myself at the mercy of the court. I throw myself on the mercy of the court. See, God, I know you're long-loving. Your love endures forever, I've read it. And I know you're merciful. You withhold judgments even though they're deserved. You'd be right if you brought your judgment against me right now. You would be right if you took me and removed me from your very presence. You would be right if you took your Spirit away from me that guides me and leads me day in and day out. You would be right if you closed your ear to the cries I cry out to you day in and day out. You would be right if you blinded your eyes and would no longer watch after me or protect me in my way of life. You would be right, Lord, if you took your mighty hand and outstretched arm that was held me in your very hands, if you snatched it away from me, you would be right. You could do this, and nobody could fault you because, as heavenly creation says, you would be right. You who are a righteous judge. But God, I ask you this. I don't believe you want me to be cast away. I don't believe you want to close your eyes to me. I don't believe you want to deafen your ear to me. I don't believe you want to cast me away. See, I believe you want to place your truth deep inside of me. I believe you want my heart and soul to belong to you. I believe you want to teach me your wisdom so I can live it out. I believe this. So since I believe this, Lord, I'm coming to you to let you know I'm a sinful person and I can't do anything about it. I cannot do anything about it, Lord. I need you to do something. I need you to take action, Lord. Because, see, I'm in this dirty, dark, dank self. I need you to clean me up. I need you to wash away this smelly, filthy sin that clings to me. I need you to make me righteous in all of the blood that you have. Well, I don't want you to cast me away from you. I want you to cast my sin away from you. I don't want you to blind your eyes to me. I want you to blind your eyes to my sin. I don't want you to deafen your ears to my cries. I want you to deafen my ears to the things when I speak wrong. Lord, this is what I need. You know it and I know it. I need a new heart and a new soul. That is what I need. A new heart and a new soul. See, the heart I have right now, Lord, it's harder than the hardest diamond in this world. A hammer can't break it. A rock can't crack it. It's so hard, nothing can. So I don't want you to change it. I don't want you to mold it and make it. I want you to completely remove it from my heart. I want you to give me a brand new heart. A heart made of clay. A heart, Lord, you can mold and make to your will. A heart that's soluble, that accepts things and feels things. That's the heart I want, God. Not that old heart that didn't know anything, that was so hard and dead that he couldn't break it. I want that malleable heart, Lord. That clay heart. That heart that is so open to you. And Lord, I need a new spirit. A new spirit. A spirit that follows your guidance. A spirit that hears you when you speak. See, Lord, even though I'm the Mustang, and I'm rebellious, and I'm disobedient, I need you to corral me in with your fence of mercy. I need you to take that rope of love and pull me into the corral. I need that bridle of love and grace that guides me on my life path. That's what I need, Lord. That's what I need. Lord, I need a heart that beats to your tune. The music you play is what I need to hear. The life beat of your life is what I need to feel in my heart. Because you see, God, if you do this, there's some things that's going to happen. God, if you do this, there's some things that's going to happen. what's going to happen, Lord? I will go out and testify and teach others what I have learned. I will, Lord. From my experience of your love and grace, I will show others the error of their ways. I know I'm not the only one who's sinned against you. There are plenty of us around, Lord. You see us. I will go and show them as well. Because you withheld your judgment from me, because you showed me an unending love, I'll be able to reach out to others and teach them, even showing them how they've sinned against you. And I always tell them, Lord, you're always ready to meet with us, even when we're sinful. Lord, you're always ready to speak with us or listen to us when we're hurt. And that, Lord, you're always open and ready to bring us back into a relationship with you. That is what I will teach and testify, Lord. Because you have done that for me. But not only will I do that, Lord, I will sing praises to you. I will sing to you, God, because of what you have done for me. Remain silent when you personally met me in my time of sin? How can I remain silent when you restored me back to your loving and merciful way? How can I remain silent when you restored the joy of my salvation? How can I not sing, oh amazing grace, how sweet the sound? How can I not sing, oh Jesus, lover of my soul? How can I not sing, oh how great is our God? And other songs that keep reverberating over and over again in my heart and soul. How can I not sing that, Lord? How can my mouth be shut after you touch me and change me and give me a brand new spirit and a brand new heart? How can I not? How can I not? And God, I know when you do this, you'll bless your church. You'll bless your church, God. You'll bless your church. People will come and offer the proper sacrifices to you. Their hearts and souls, not just the money and the time and resources. No, themselves, their heart, soul, mind, and strength. That's what they'll give to you. Lord, people will be transformed. They will receive new hearts. They will receive new spirits. Hearing your instruction, heeding your instruction, putting it in the innermost parts of them, and following your instruction in the ways of their life. Lord, their lives will display the way they've been changed. They will be one way before they enter your house, but they will come into your house and receive your instruction. And Lord, they will be completely transformed when they go outside that gate again. When they go outside that door, their neighbors will be amazed. Their friends will be amazed. People will wonder what happened to them because they're so joyful. Lord, your mercy and grace will continue to overflow within your house. Every person there won't be able to stop the flow of love. Love will exude from everybody. Mercy will exude from everybody. Inside and outside the church. We will not be able to hold it in because you told us surely goodness and mercy will follow us all the days of the life. Because our cup will overflow. That was what we'll be singing in our hearts, Lord. Lord, people will be changed. Because people will be changed, neighborhoods will be changed. Because neighborhoods will be changed, church will be accepting. Because of the God-initiating, church-accepting, people practicing love and mercy that we have. Church, it is the 5th Sunday of Lent. It is a time when we are supposed to examine our lives. Where have we failed God? Where are we weak? God brings judgment and it pronounces to us if we're doing proper Lent practices. He does reveal to us where we are weak. He does reveal to us where we are failing. Do we respond like the psalmist in Psalm 51? Admitting our guilt. Admitting there's nothing we can do about it. Admitting He needs to do something. He needs to remove our hearts. He needs to give us a new heart. He needs to crown our spirits. And when He does, then we will go out with our mouths wide open, not being able to keep them closed. Because we're teaching others about what it means to follow God and the error of the ways. Also singing songs to Him because of what He has done. And when we do that, will God not bless the church? Will God not give us an overflowing of love and mercy that not only do we show in this building, not only do we show to our fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, but we show to the world. Will that not happen if we do that, church? That is your challenge today. Where are you weak? Where has God spoken to you? Are you willing to come forward and tell Him, I have sinned, you are right, I am guilty.